What's up, you guys? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation, because we are 1 week away from San Diego Comic-Con 2023.
Yes!
We are, and before we start the show, I want to give special thanks to a very good friend of mine out there who was able to help us out as a group. Dude, Scott, thank you very much, man. You've made something possible that I want to do for my entire crew, and I appreciate it.
Scott is
the person that got us in. I'm all cut off over here. Look at that.
Did he help me get in?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I cried. Scott, you're the best.
Yeah, I had multiple people working on this, but it doesn't matter. It's happening, and we're doing it as a team. We're driving out come Tuesday. So, yeah.
Look for some fun on the road videos.
I hope y'all don't want to stop to, like, use the bathroom or anything.
Got a catheter bag already.
Awesome. Awesome. I have an extra large Gatorade bottle.
I don't know how catheter bags work, but no. Yes, we're stopping to
They have a colostomy. There we
no,
go.
No, that's for a different feature altogether. That will stop for. You stop for number 2.
Fair enough.
Anyway. No, well...
I dehydrate myself, so we're good.
I am not going to... We'll have to stop for gas.
That's
Car
fair.
gets 500 miles per tank. Anyway. Y'all will be all right. Anyway, no,
how far is San Diego?
Very, very. It's a 20-hour drive. It's going to be
Very
fun.
far.
I'm pretty confident that Cass and I can outwine you into stopping.
Probably. Speaking of introductions, by the way, out there, I am Jason the X. My cast members over here. This is Kat.
Hi.
Over there's Cass.
I do want to say I frequently travel with a man who goes to pee 3 times as much as I do.
Oh my God, okay.
So, I'm good.
Over there turning knobs, tweaking the buttons and making everything look good. There's Cora returning to the board.
That was a very weird transition.
That was a weird transition.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't my usual one. I don't know. I was thrown off because you're on the board. Nice sweater.
The yips, because
I am very stoked, very excited.
Do we want to say any other words you're not supposed to say? Perfect game.
Hamlet.
I'm going to turn Cora's camera because it's off over there.
Yeah, it is a little off also.
Just turn it a little bit.
I figure it's Hamlet if it's a studio show.
Oh, never mind. She's got it.
Yeah.
I figured if it's a studio show, it's the Merchant of Venice for no apparent reason.
Tempest.
But, it's hard to be so happy that we're heading out to check out the biggest nerd convention of the year. Also hanging out with one of our buddies, Kevin the director. If you haven't gone, check out his YouTube channel. You should go check it out.
He's great.
Yeah, Kevin does
He
great
makes cool stuff every time.
We could learn something. Yeah, Kevin the director on his YouTube channel, it's awesome. But he's going to be with us at least in the place that we're staying. But I've invited him to hang out with us, and because he normally roams around shooting pictures of cosplayers, so he can hang with us. Anyway, it's hard to be happy because I'm sorry, I have to also in the chat, Sean Harvey. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Happiest of birthdays.
Thank you, Facebook, for reminding me of all my friends' birthdays.
Seriously, it's the only thing I use it for now.
It's like a public service, almost.
So nice.
But it's very hard to be happy about something because today, kind of a dark day that was, I think, marked by a very strong action. Cass, you want to go further into this one because this is our lead story.
Yeah, I mean this is our industry, so we'll try and talk about this without getting as angry as. By the way, if you haven't watched Adam Conover's videos over the last couple of months, Adam Conover is Adam Ruins Everything, and he is one of the negotiating members for the WGA.
Couldn't have a better person on it.
He's absolutely amazing. He explains a lot of what's going on. It's really, really nice to see his videos. But today, SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, the negotiating members voted to go on strike. This will take effect July 14th, which is tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. This is usually how strikes work. They go into effect not when it's decided, but at a certain time. They are striking largely in support of the WGA, but also things are not always great for actors. The people at the top usually get pretty good deals, but a lot of the people at the bottom really, really don't. And so this is an industry in crisis a little bit because people got greedy. Because the executives got greedy. That's it. And if you have seen the mustache twirling comments from people like David Zaslav, then you know what I'm talking about. There's a quote, and I'm going to see if I can get this right, and Kat, correct me if I get anything wrong.
I have it.
Do you have the actual quote?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
It gives me no pleasure to read this. Why does it seem like a lot of our problems these days are from corporations getting greedy?
No, hang on.
Because that's
hang
all
on,
of the
hang on.
problems.
Before you do it, you have to steeple your fingers.
Yes.
You have to put your hands down, and you have
Start
to think.
Petting a cat named Lucifer. Yeah.
So their plan is to break the WGA. The end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses. It is cruel, but a necessary evil. We predict this going until about October. That's a dramatic reading. Also, as I said, y'all couldn't have had the people that are on strike write a better villain than you just portrayed yourself to be.
This is comic book level. This is high fantasy levels of just straight villainy.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this dystopian nightmare of a person feeling comfortable saying this to the press.
Anytime you are ready to bank on people losing their homes, you are the bad guy. Necessary evil? Absolutely not. A necessary evil will be me beating the hell out of you. But this is not.
That's what gets to me is necessary evil to, and like we all know, the end of the sentence is to make us richer.
Yeah.
But like necessary evil is a phrase specifically for like things that have to happen. It's about avoiding a greater evil.
Yeah.
And this is just like that. Nope, that's not how you use that.
I want a gentle reminder that these same people, not the same like vague group of individuals, but this same individuals that say that, oh, we can't afford to pay the writers, or this is a necessary evil, are the same ones that are bragging to their shareholders that they're making more money than anyone ever has. These are the same people doing this, and they have a fiduciary obligation to their shareholders. They're not allowed to lie to them, so we know who they're lying to. And it's us.
So this was 2 days ago, this leaked out, this quote. But what I'm trying to understand is today, the actor said, all right, well, it's on to for us. Think this had anything to do with their decision that it's time to strike?
I do. I don't think it had as much as it would seem, because these decisions are made over periods of time, and they have
they were planning to do it
They've been
anyway.
actively negotiating.
I think it could have been a pull the trigger moment.
Yeah.
Not because the quote was so evil, even though the quote was so evil, but because it very much says we're not about to come to the table.
Yeah.
So I can see them taking a vote as a result of they're not about to. This isn't just a symbolic, extremely short-term gesture. If we don't do something, and maybe even if we do something, this is going to keep going for a while.
Yeah.
Apparently, people left, numerous actors left the Oppenheimer premiere last night. And when they asked where they were going, they said they had to go home to make picket signs. So that's some badass.
I mean, the actors have been very supportive of the writers while they've been out on the picket line. And rightfully so, because this is... Dude, come on. It's been, what, May 1st?
I think so.
So we're well into July right now. And I'm sorry, a lot of the greedflation that we've seen in the United States, well, I'm sorry, not in the United States, worldwide.
Yeah.
It's mostly greedflation. And now, y'all didn't see that, hey, people might be catching on that we're greedy bastards. Maybe we should try to do better.
You know what?
I think they're on to us. And yeah, we are. Especially when you say like, hey, you know, these people might be out. October, things start getting cold, and if they don't have a roof over their head, they might be ready to come to the negotiating table. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Adam Conover very specifically said they are dead fucking wrong. That the writers are in this for the long haul. If you want to support them, entertainmentcommunity.org is a fund that you can donate to. Has a fund that you can donate to support the writers not becoming homeless because of greedy executives. Again, yeah, cannot recommend enough following Adam Conover. He has resources, he has things that you can do, places that you can go to help. I think this is mostly about this industry, but I also think that we are in a tipping point as far as labor goes. And this is a very visible industry. So if this goes wrong, I don't even know what could happen next as far as labor goes. But this is our industry, so I'm going to talk about this one. You know.
I mean, we've been day one writers, you know,
Yes.
as far as getting paid for their work and everything. So at this point, you don't have any writers, you don't have any actors now. What's next? A friend of mine who is a writer actually got some scab work put out to him today, and he turned it down.
Good.
Friend of the show, actually, Danny.
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Gallagher.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nice try.
I also want to promote a channel that doesn't have very many viewers at all, which is kind of surprising to me. Contract TK on YouTube is a little like once a week show written by some of the writers that do like the late night show and stuff. And it's mostly just a fun little 20-minute segment about what's going on. It has some news stuff. It has some writer's strike stuff. It has some just bitching and whining that they're so entitled to be doing right now. But it's fine. I love their passion to keep doing some of the work that they love. And yeah, go subscribe to Contract TK. They seem like cool kids.
They do.
I don't know what the end. I mean, at this point, what's the end game here? What, October? Y'all better not do that now. Come on.
Honestly, I don't think we're going to make it to October. Yes, writers do have some power in this industry, but actors are very visible.
Depending on how far up we go.
Yeah, but if, A-listers start walking off and supporting openly and doing all the things that they can do to support, I think that we could get a deal much more quickly. Obligated to do. Yeah.
And SAG, like, you don't see anybody who's not in SAG with lines in movies that are big budgets. Like, they can't do anything. And trying to hire scabs would be so visible and maybe illegal, depending on, you know, what kind of deals have been made.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's going to be I think I messaged to the group this is going to be an interesting couple of months.
Interesting is not the word I was looking for. But anyway, yeah. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off, though, with some super cool nerd news. So, might as well go ahead and just hit some video game news, because it's directly reflecting on what's going on in the actor community with strikes and people not being paid. Because if you're familiar with a little game called Genshin Impact, it is huge. They are saying this game rakes in about $100 million a month. That's before costs, server costs, all the other things you have to put in to keep a game running, especially when it's got a player base in the millions. Very cute characters. One thing that really stands out is the voice acting in Genshin Impact. Well, are you going to be shocked to find out that some of these actors are like, we're not getting paid? You're dragging in $100 million. Literally, you have to drag in $100 million. It is not an easy transaction to do anything with $100 million. And you can't like find somewhere along the way to maybe put a hole in the bag and let some money get out to the voice actors who literally bring these characters to life. Trust me, I've heard all their voices. My daughter plays this game relentlessly. Anyway. Yes, it is a free-to-play game, but of course there are pay-to-play perks and things that you can buy and characters. But on the 12th of this month, Corinna Bottiger and Brandon Winkler, two of the voice actors who are in Genshin Impact, tweeted out how frustrated they are about they're not getting paid, and it took them months to even get the money that they do have. Brandon, in a tweet, said, after a 5th email with no response, this is regarding Genshin Impact, inexcusable for us actors waiting to be paid 4+ months for pay when you make $86 million per month. And he lowballed that. I'm just going to say that right there. After contacted, he was explained that the company has yet to even respond to his requests of, hey, can I get paid for my work? I work a regular ass job. And if somebody has not paid me in 4 months, actually, we wouldn't have gone 4 months without me getting paid. Anybody out there, all of us out there that work a regular ass job, what would you do if you didn't get your paycheck on Friday? You'd be ready to burn that place down, Office Space style. It's really hard, furthermore on Winkler, it's really hard to justify working on something for the sake of work when you can't afford to eat. Many non-union productions have this problem. I've waited anywhere from 4 to 8 months for payment, and even then, it isn't much to ask. 1,000 here, 500 there, and it adds up fast. He is actually backing away from Genshin Impact due to non-payment. So that voice that has been associated with that character is going bye-bye. And it's probably going to be something where they're just going to get somebody else to replace him. No big deal. But also anybody that takes up that role, I'm just going to ask you, are you willing not to be paid for 4 months?
Well, here's the question. Who's the character that he voices?
I could not tell you. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't. The other voice actor I mentioned, Corinna, she tweeted out, again, been working for months unpaid on a big project for a studio. I'm owed thousands of dollars and I'm struggling currently to pay rent because of this. This project has made billions. This project should have been union. Look, if there's anybody out there who is familiar with the Genshin Impact franchise and the games, the art, the toys, all of the money they make from this franchise, they have been consistently making $100 million a month, and you can't pay these people a couple of $1,000s. Of course, the people behind Genshin Impact could not be reached for comment on any of this. What your comment should be is, we need to put a check in the mail right now. Or can we get direct deposit online? Can we get direct deposit, please? And pay these people what they're worth? This is inexcusable.
Your comment should be just a picture of the truckload of cash that you're delivering to these actors and them accepting it. That's what the comment should be.
Yeah.
We frequently work on a 30-day contract.
Yeah.
The longest contract I think I've worked on is 90 days. So that's 3 months. This is over 4. That is absolutely insane. That is not okay. And yeah, the absolute longest is 90 days. And this is not. This is longer than that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. 90-day invoices are actually very rare. 30-day invoices are entirely standard. And this is just nuts. And I do want to say that for those people, there are people like my dad who think that unions are bad.
Yep.
And that is a thing that was sold to a lot of people in a lot of generations. And I think this kind of illustrates like what can happen, because yes, the union, the writers union, made people stop working.
Yeah.
And they developed a fund, and they're putting information out there, and they're bargaining with the power that they have these people working on Genshin Impact, they have Twitter.
Yeah.
Like unions, we need unions, and I don't want to get political, but we need more union. We need to gather as workers.
Considering how many people are looking to screw over the people that make these industries, like, Core, you play a lot of Final Fantasy.
I also play a lot of Genshin.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I was asking.
Hold up. I've never heard you mention that you play Genshin Impact.
It's
Wow.
a very
I have, yeah.
intimate experience
Really?
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so you didn't know the characters that they voiced. Okay, that's why you were asking. Okay.
Yeah.
Not by actor name, right?
Yeah, not by actor name. Hold on, I'm trying to fix one of the cameras. Because
I messed up the camera because I thought I was like cut off, and it was because my screen is so small.
Bruh.
So I'm just stupid.
Bro.
I'm dumb. I
There we
was
go.
scrolled over. If you
there we
see,
go. I have it moved over.
So I have to, like-
I'm not cutting.
I have to like
cast
buy
off.
Cora like a nice sweet treat or something to make up for being an idiot. So
Enjoy all the scrolling
You
around.
you can send me money for Primo Gems and Genshin
well,
Impact.
Jim, and contribute to voice actors that don't get paid. Because apparently that's I'd be adding to the problem.
I need to know what characters they've. Why do I sound so far?
So you know.
I don't know
they
why
deserve
you-
to be paid?
No, just so I can understand
Wow.
the impact. Haha.
Wow.
So I can understand the impact that they have. Because if it's like if it's two characters that no one cares about, then unfortunately the fandom's not going to care. But if they're like Sino, which I know it's not Sino, but like if it's like Sino, who's a very popular character,
Of the actor?
Then,
hang on. I'm sorry.
they're more willing. They're going to be more attentive.
Like Brandon.
Brandon Winkler
Yeah.
was the one I was reading first, and then
Cor-
Corina, Corina, Bodiger. I'm just B.
Hyman is her.
Hyman?
Paimon.
Oh, Paimon.
She's Paimon.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Ooh,
Ooh, she's like a main,
Okay.
main character.
I don't know anything about Genshin Impact, but I know who that character is.
She's on the
What about-
poster, isn't she?
Yeah, she's the when you first start up the game, she's the character that helps you through the tutorial and
It's
then stays with
Genshin's
you.
Tracer, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
It's
essentially
Genshin's Tracer isn't being paid.
plus Tracer. Yeah, because she's also the mascot.
Dude,
What was the?
she can't afford to eat.
He's got a few he's like background characters.
Okay, that's still the big thing because a lot of the background characters, like specific voices.
I'm almost
Hey,
glad
did you
it's
work?
Somebody so big.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
will cause an outrage.
Exactly.
Y'all just took some. Y'all made an impact. Oh, god damn it!
Wow.
On somebody that doesn't even play the game, but I knew exactly who that character is.
Yeah.
Like, I could probably tell you 3 characters from Genshin Impact, and that was the only one I could say with confidence. Ooh.
Paimon also goes by emergency food rations. So.
Oh man.
What? Just
What?
It's a running joke in the show or in the
Okay.
game, which is it's quite funny, and it would be great to be able to laugh at these jokes again.
It just makes you want to
Mikoyo.
start throttling people. I'm
Mikoyo
sorry.
Well, like let's also not forget that like we have Genshin over here making absolute bank being a free to play game, and then we also have Honkai Star Rail, which is their other game that works exactly the same way,
Oh,
except with
no.
like a different fighting style that has made more money than Genshin Impact. Y'all got the money, and I think they have like Honkai Impact as well. So like they have at least 3 games making bank.
So,
You can pay your actors.
well, this is a good chance. This is a good time to mention that we will be actually participating in a panel at SDCC and some special interviews with the Voice Actors Association. Received an invite also for one of my favorite voice actors, Lindsay Rousseau.
Know the name, don't know that I could put a
yeah,
face to
like
it.
from.
Yeah.
Multiple things, but she's also a stunt woman, and you know me. You know me.
I mean, I'm right there with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, mommy.
Like, to get an email from her, I was just like, wow, first off. But we were invited to a panel, mainly that was focusing on AI and voice acting, something that also is a problem right now. And received an email that the format will be changing significantly. So you're going to want to follow us on YouTube for that spicy take. I am so ready to hear what they have to
When
say.
they say the format will be changing, is it just going to be a riot? Is that what we're going to do? Because I'm down.
I mean, I'll bring a torch.
Yeah. Pitchfork. Let's go after some.
What y'all need?
Question from Sean Harvey in the chat.
Oh.
Will that SDCC panel be on YouTube?
With the permission of of them, yes. We were invited, so...
Well, it is a press conference now, so...
Yeah, well, the press conference will be preceding that, but also we will carry as much as we can, but we are guaranteed to talk to Lindsay. I had all my emails up, but I took them down.
We're bringing a lot of gear to record, like virtually everything they'll let us record, and we're going to attend as many things. Like, press is kind of a responsibility to try and, like, help put the information out for people who can't be there, and we take that responsibility seriously. We're going to attend as many things as we can and put out as many videos as we're allowed, basically.
So we will be officially meeting with the National Association of Voice Actors. Of course, participating in the panel will be Lindsay Rousseau, Ashley Birch, Sissy Jones, Zeke Alton, and Tim Friedlander, who is the president of NAVA, actually.
I love Ashley Bird. If
Yeah.
I got a chance to talk to her, I would be probably more awkward than her character in Mythic Quest because she's kind of intimidatingly adorable.
Got to interview her one time, too. She was so nice.
Aloy.
Yeah.
I got to play a joke on...
Is that
Nazni, who used to be with the show, we'll be seeing in San Diego, by the way.
Yeah.
They were late to this convention that we were going to, and we had an interview with them, and they sat right across from me at the bar. So I ended up taking a picture with them, flipping the camera off, and telling everybody, "Hey, just so you're late, I'm hanging out with some friends."
Oh, that's so good.
And then Ashley actually made it worse when we came up to the interview. She actually went, "Jason, so good to see you. How are the kids?"
Amazing.
Was a great moment. Thank you very much for that. But no, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to have and we're going to be all ears for whatever they have to say about this situation. Because this is just getting worse and worse, apparently. How do you not pay the people that bring the shit to life?
You have absolutely no humanity.
I mean, I know we
That's all
had
I got.
issues. We had issues recently with the voice actress of Bayonetta and not coming back for 3, but Jennifer Hale took that one up, and I still say you didn't get Jennifer Hale for cheap. No way.
No.
There was a lot of hearsay.
There was a
what
lot of
really
stuff with that.
happened with that
But
one.
honestly,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, was this kind of a precursor to some of the problems that we're having here?
Yeah.
Especially with the rise of AI being used for voice acting, which that's not going to fly. It's not going to fly.
No.
So yeah, Genshin Impact, pay your people, and look for that panel when we go to San Diego Comic-Con next week.
And everybody pay your people. So, what are there other things?
No, that's it. I just wanted to tag that on to the SAG
Like,
stuff
we're
because
just so mad about so many things. Oh, I have a story. Are we moving on?
yeah, I'm moving. I'm ready to move on.
I have a story
Kind of.
about something that makes people very mad, but I think is very funny. So, Call of Duty. Call of Duty decided to introduce a new character from a different fandom. If any of you are familiar with the Amazon Prime show, The Boys, they introduced Homelander. Superman. Bad Superman. Laser eyes.
He can't hold a candle to
super jump.
Superman. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, evil type Superman. This guy is so overpowered for Call of Duty that the fandom has exploded. He can super jump. When you're talking a shrinking battlefield for battle royale situations, you can't have that. You can't have that.
I don't understand how this is going to work. I have a gun. He's Homelander. It'd be pretty much me waiting to die.
Pretty famously bulletproof.
I mean, I'm going to keep trying, but I'm going to die.
Yeah, there's definitely some clips online that are funny if you're not a Call of Duty player.
Rage
like
quits.
people like shooting at him and him turning around, lasering his way through a door lock, and then like 3 players, and then jumping into the sky. Like, come on, dude.
The premise of The Boys is what if Superman was overpowered and a bad guy? Like, the premise of the show is that Homelander is OP. That's the whole show.
It's not just Homelander, though. It also is the Reich lady, I think.
Stormfront, which is a reference I did not get for a while. Her name is Stormfront.
Yeah, I got it immediately.
I didn't know that that was a thing.
Or who's casually being called, spoilers for The Boys Season 2, I guess, the Nazi lady.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't understand what's the point of Homelander being in the game. Like, I mean, yeah, it's an unwinnable battle. Is this my Kobayashi Maru Star Trek reference?
It's gotta be, right? You're supposed to learn a lesson.
Why not just put me up against Omni-Man from Invincible?
Yeah.
Sure.
Are you allowed to choose to be the Kobayashi Maru in the challenge?
Let's see.
Because if you're not, then it can't be. The Kobayashi Maru is like the system against you. This is just like something people
You have
can
to,
choose.
yeah. Can you
Sure.
can you be the Romulans in that situation?
Why not have me fight the Hulk? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just keep going of
And
people that I cannot
not
beat
me
with a gun.
as a superhero, just me, Cass, fighting
I
the
was
Hulk.
thinking you're gonna be Hiccup without Toothless.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a fair fight. Put me up against Batman and I got a gun. That's right, I went there.
That's fair.
Cheap shot. Take him where I can
I
get
mean,
him.
Batman's my favorite superhero, and like that's fair. That's fair.
Does he have money? Because he could throw enough money at me that I'd let him win.
He
I'm
can
just
throw
saying,
enough anything at me.
I could get him.
depending on the Batman.
Hey.
I could get him.
Home devices are like Batman. Anyway, so
Anyway.
that's one of my stories.
Oh,
I think
Lord.
that's pretty funny, mostly because Call of Duty bros don't tend to be my favorite.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
I have some bitching, but also I have a thing that I just think is funny.
Okay then.
Which one?
I say funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
funny.
okay.
We've been bitching.
There are some times in Hollywood where the same movie comes out twice. I'm thinking Friends with Benefits / No Strings Attached. Or Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down. Or
The
even...
Illusionist, The Prestige. They're
Yeah.
not the same movie, but they advertise too close.
Yeah, The Descent in the Cave. Many of these things come out within the same year. And it's just the same thing again. If you saw Hulu's Dope Sick, it's coming out again. It's by Netflix. It's called Painkiller. It's the exact same story, but with the difference that these are Irish twins and that they didn't technically come out the same year. They came out just a little bit apart. But yeah, Dope Sick is coming out again. It's called Painkiller, and it has Matthew Broderick as Sackler, Richard Sackler, who, if you watch honestly, if you don't watch John Oliver, go watch his piece about Oxycontin, his couple of pieces.
Agreed.
And I like this casting. I think I liked his casting better
Normally do that.
as Richard Sackler.
That was important.
But
Sorry.
I can't believe it's happening again. I don't know how this keeps happening. It's just the same thing comes out twice. Oh, also Ants in a Bug Life. It's the same movie. It just
Yeah.
came out twice.
Yes.
This is the same TV
Hated
show,
both
and it
of
just
them.
came out again. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was way back in the day, like, it was like a bunch of end of the world movies, but several of them were so
Like
close to each other.
Deep Impact and what's the one where the
Oh,
go
jeez.
onto the moon and blow it up? What is it called?
Armageddon.
Armageddon. Except it's not the
yeah.
moon, but yeah, Armageddon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
There's a few of them, and sometimes it's funny. I will say the branding for the Netflix thing looks like they're doing a thing, and I don't know what that thing is because it looks kind of playful.
Which
and
Dope Sick was not.
The opioid crisis is not painful. To bring it all home, Dope Sick and that Richard Sackler was the CEO for a long time. The Sackler family owns something pharmaceuticals.
Oh, well.
And they're basically responsible for the opioid crisis. They developed OxyContin and sold it under the lie that it was a lot less addictive than like.
Where are we at with that now?
Yeah. So, yeah. Them. What's the name of the company? Don't remember. Anyway.
I can't think of her name.
I just know it's the Sacklers. Yeah, I can't wait to see what next comes out twice.
Hopefully something good though.
Right? I like The Descent. I think that's the only one on this entire list. No? Oh, it's just like underground.
You know what-
It
what-
is not a bad movie.
You know
but-
what show
Yeah.
I remember Brickleberry on Comedy
Not
Central?
at all.
It was a comedy. Oh God!
I remember it existed. I didn't watch it.
So the same people that made Brickleberry made Paradise PD, which is a Netflix show that's basically the same damn show. And then they made another one that's on Netflix. It's like the same voice actors, basically the same characters. And I've been like, y'all canceled Our House.
Yeah.
Flish.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they're just blatantly like parodies of a type of show that comes out all the time, like Angie Tribeca, and then they're totally worth
Angie
it.
Tribeca is an amazing show.
But yeah, another one of those.
So I'm getting word that a lot of panels that people were with actors that were at SDCC are getting canceled now. As of tonight, we're actually from the person that's helping us out, by the way. Gen 5, Wheel of Time, Anne Rice, Orphan Black, all those panels are done now.
Not Anne Rice.
Orphan Black.
I don't really care about
That show ended.
I think they were bringing it back.
Oof.
it. Well, they were.
Word.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted San Diego Comic Con to get back to comics. Well, here you go.
Vendors are gonna be happy.
I mean, vendors,
Probably.
yeah. It's going to be awesome for us still. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still great stuff. But
I think it'll give us time to like get a little like drill in a little bit with
Yeah.
different people, and not be so like scatterbrained.
it's going to be awesome. So anyway, yeah, we get to go to Comic Con on the strike. It's going to be going. But yeah, Corey, you have not contributed with a story as of yet.
Oh, okay. I have a story.
How does that
story,
Cora? Work? I was like,
Okay.
oh, we've just been complaining a lot on our stories. It's been a night of complaints.
Okay, so I have a musical story for everybody.
Ooh.
I'm out.
And it involves, hold on, let me get a picture. A little game I think y'all have heard of.
Oh Lord.
Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, this is the thing.
No. Final Fantasy 16 is getting a stage musical, but it's not just getting a stage musical. It is getting a stage musical with the Takarazuka Review, which is an all-female troupe. This is a famous
All right, I'm interested.
troupe. They have been making musicals and stage shows since 1913. Like, this troupe has been together for a very long time. They have several different troupes. They have, like, I pulled up the wiki. I was fascinated. I believe they're the ones that did the Sailor Moon musical years ago. That was all female. They have also done Ace Attorney, Rose of Versailles, West Side Story. Like, they adapt a lot of different stuff. And Final Fantasy 16 is just one of the newest additions on that list.
Dope.
So
Nice.
we're going to see how they envision some of these manly characters into feminine characters. Clive isn't going to take too much work. He's already got like a really pretty
I'm
boy
interested in
face.
who's gonna play the demon on the right. Want to see what that looks like.
When they do this, are they all female characters, or is it an
No.
all female cast?
The cast are all female.
Okay.
They
'cause,
play
like,
So true gender swapping.
So like with Kabuki, where the males play both male and female parts, it's the same thing, just gender swap.
I figured. I was gonna say Final Fantasy. A lot of the guys are like, let's be honest,
Pretty
yeah,
feminine.
they're
Yeah.
not gonna be that hard to make a. I mean, they don't even have to make a more feminine version, really. They're just gonna have to put little space
I
in
don't
the
think-
chest sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think Squall can be played by a boy.
No. But this is going to be taking place in like April and May of next year at the Takarazuka Grand Theater in Hyoga, Japan, obviously. And earlier earlier this year there was a Final Fantasy X themed Kabuki show that I missed out on that news, and I'm a little upset about that. I want to see pictures from that. Because that sounds awesome.
I would love to see a Final Fantasy VI musical. I would watch a Final Fantasy VIII musical. I would watch a Final Fantasy IX musical for sure.
Okay, but like, Kefka was in 6, right?
Yes.
Kefka villain song. Done.
Oh yeah.
Done.
And like Kefka's actor.
Villain song.
Kefka actor has to be non-binary, right? Or at least there's got to be something weird with that
trying
gender.
He's trying to ascend to godhood, so surely
Gender
Fluid.
does not matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point. Yeah.
Whoever played Hisoka in the Hunter x Hunter musical can play Kefka.
I mean, there are plenty of Japanese, like if you go to the cosplay, like District Shinjuku,
Yeah.
maybe, on Sundays, there's plenty of cosplayers.
86
that you're like,
86
I
different genders.
have no idea, but you're pretty.
Yeah.
And every time people make us angry, we make a new one. Anyways. Sorry, I saw that
With
somewhere.
new pronouns.
My gender is Gentle Rain. That's it. Exactly.
Yeah, if any of y'all have the time, I highly recommend pulling up the wiki page for the Takarazuka review, because it has a list of all of their works, and they have it separated by, like, if it's a Western adaptation, if it's an anime adaptation, like, they have it broken up, and just the list is huge, which, as you would expect that from something that's been going on for so long. But, like, just taking a random look, I see Oklahoma, Chicago, Romeo and Juliet, 12th Night, Ocean's 11?
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yes. Yes. I would watch that.
Casablanca. Ooh, that sounds actually good. Several operas, too. That's interesting. Carmen not being one of them. Slightly
La Boheme?
no. It's like a list of like maybe 6 operas.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes.
I hate you. The burning passion.
Oklahoma.
Where the
Oklahoma's
wind
not
comes
a
to
good
play.
musical.
It could have been, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, but anyway, that's all I've got for this show, or for this particular story. I just found it very fascinating, and I'm very excited to see what they do with people turning into giant monsters.
Definitely.
That is a perfect lead-in for my story.
Is it?
Because it involves giant monsters. Now, with all the SDC stuff, we did get some press on something else, and the gods have smiled down upon me. And when I say the gods, I mean kaiju. Because we got notification of the new... Now, Shin Godzilla came out in 2016. Of course, WB gave us a good Godzilla movie, and then one where he beat the crap out of that stupid monkey. But what's up with Japanese Godzilla movies? What's going on? Well, we got our first teaser for the newest Godzilla movie, -1. Also, some beautiful artwork. It's just a teaser trailer for now. But to give you an... To first proceed this movie releases in November in Japan, but it will release in the United States December 1st, 2023. We are getting a US release of the newest Godzilla movie in the States. I couldn't be happier. Of course, some of this is due to the success of movies like Shin Kamen Rider, that got a pretty good showing here, and Shin Godzilla, which actually got a pretty good show. They were very limited showings, but people actually were coming out to attend them. But back to this movie. This is going to take place in a post-war Japan, as Japan is devastated. And then they have to deal with the threat of a giant monster stomping through. We get a very quick image of what Godzilla looks like, but on the beautiful poster for this, he looks very spiky. Now, look, normally I'm pro-monster, much like that poster of Michael Jordan. Fuck them kids. But... I'm less leaning to monster now, because this is a country that has been devastated by war. I'm pretty sure the military is not equipped to handle anything, and here's a giant monster. Mm-hmm. Big G, why are you kicking them when they're down? This one seems not fair to me. I'm hoping it's one of those where Godzilla is there to stop a greater threat to the people, but you know, they're just humans. You know, it's all good. So, yeah. November 3rd in Japan, but December 1st. Perfect Christmas present for me. I love me some giant kaiju. I know Cora's going to be going to whatever showing that I drag her to because it is the Big G. Also, thank you, Toho, for recognizing this because I was like, oh, this is some SDCC related email. No. And they're also going to include us on future announcements for the movie as well.
Cool.
Look at this beautiful poster though.
It's so pretty.
I love it.
Let me put up that poster one
Please
more
do.
time.
It would please me.
I love it.
It is so nice. If you saw the trailer, the brief glimpse that we got of Godzilla, it looks like they're really using a lot of the American influence from the recent movies from WB.
Yeah.
I like the minimalist look of the poster, but still like definitely like angry and violent looking, but minimalist.
Yeah.
I mean, got it.
Yeah.
I know
Gotta be.
Shin Godzilla was much more, hey, I'm tearing everything up and I have nothing but contempt for anybody that gets in my way.
Yeah, all his fingers are middle fingers like that.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
I'm very curious because the writer, director, and the lead CG artist are the same person.
What?
Yeah.
Takashi Yamazaki.
Yes.
Lupin the Third and the
Yep.
Parasite series, by
Yep.
the way.
Lupin the Third, the first.
Sorry, Lupin
specifically,
the Third, the first.
Which
Sorry.
I loved that movie.
Yes. Because I was like, that name sounds familiar, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh yeah, sold. Lupin the Third, the first was great.
It's like David F. Sandberg did a lot of the VFX for his stuff.
Notice that's the only person I pointed
Makes
out
me nervous,
in my
too.
story. It's like the only person I care. I don't care about these humans. Y'all are there to run.
The CG stuff.
Run
Yeah.
fast, but it won't help. You can't get away from Big G.
Big G.
Also, I
That's
made
what
a
his phone's called.
I made a point. No, the King of Monsters, Big G. His mama named him Godzilla. That's what I put in the
And
story.
of course, they're friends.
Y'all should check out some of my writing. It's very, very dumb as hell. Anyway, yeah, December 1st. I'm so ready. Thank you so much. We can get the new giant kaiju movies. Normally, we have to go through some other means to get them. Y'all make me do
for
this.
several months.
Y'all
before they
make me do
finally
this.
release it.
But now, if you give it to me in a theater, I will go.
Yeah.
I think they learned that with Shin Godzilla because that theater was not empty when we went and saw it.
And even Shin Kamen Rider, while it was panned critically, there were critics actually looking at it.
Yeah, that's
Which-
the big thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't care about the Ebert people and
Yeah.
shitting on Kamen Rider. Y'all don't know about Kamen Rider.
Y'all don't understand
But
the culture.
it's kind of like that whole, you're the worst pirate I ever heard of, but you have heard of me.
Yeah.
But it's also the same reason that I don't read reviews of like horror movies. It's like
You
this
don't get
isn't
it.
what you're here for. Like
Like the story kept being undercut by this terrifying clown that
You're
popped
like-
his face is like
right, but like
right. That's a good.
that's like the
horror
point of the movie.
Or when the story wasn't a big draw.
Yeah. Comedies and horror. Like you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know my taste.
And comedies. Ugh.
You don't know.
Like there were so many. I loved this comedy. You know, they turned away from the obvious humor, and there's so many heartfelt journeys, and I'm like, that's not a comedy.
Yeah.
What you're describing is not a comedy.
But like some reviews of Hot Rod are like, "This is really dumb. Like the story doesn't go anywhere." I'm laughing. Exactly.
Hot Rod is outstandingly stupid, and it is one of the best comedies of the last 2 decades.
Love it.
Anyway, that's mine. We all going to see Godzilla on the 1st.
You don't get to tell us what movie we're going to see unless you go see Barbie with us.
You know what? That's
Barbenheimer,
Ooh,
let's
yeah.
go.
We're going to be busy that weekend.
Yeah, after the weekend.
Yeah, it's the next weekend.
Barbenheimer.
We can be
Stop
Barbie
dancing
girl.
around. Why are the three of you doing this?
Barbenheimer.
Oh my God, stop.
You
I
know-
don't even hate this movie. I just have no desire to go watch it.
Right.
You realize it's 2 movies, right?
I don't even want to see either one of them. I know Oppenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
I built a big ass bomb and we dropped it on somebody. There we go.
I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. It's not going to be about the bomb. It's going to be about time. All of his movies are about time.
Besides, afterwards or before, we can go see Barbie, which means we can go watch Margot Robbie slay on the screen with Ryan Gosling.
Has to be after.
And
Has to be after.
and
It will
have
take-
an existential crisis of her entire life in existence.
And apparently John Cena is like Mermaid Barbie.
I
Wait,
saw the
what?
picture.
What?
I saw.
I did not
Oh
see
God.
that. I did
Wait,
not
wait,
see that.
Mermaid Barbie. I was gonna say Mermaid Ken.
Mermaid Ken.
John Cena.
Love that.
You need to Google
Love that.
like.
I
It's,
will
Hold
after
on.
the show. That's
No, I'm
amazing.
Googling right now.
And I was just like,
I'm going to
dropping that
tell
in there,
y'all
but I
right
saw it
now.
today.
It will take an act of whatever deity y'all worship to drag me into Barbie.
Whatever. I had
Oh my god.
How quickly can Cora get that into the theater?
I mean, how quickly can I get that picture of Molly
God.
Moon and the terrifying
Outstanding.
pug last week?
Sorry, I was dying.
I am.
That's
Look,
amazing.
admittedly, I saw this earlier today, and John Cena makes me so happy that he's an
I have
actor.
so much respect for that man, just for the sheer number of things that he's been like, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Like,
Egoless.
look,
Egoless.
I know Dwayne makes the most money, but Dave Bautista as an actor, we have embraced. I love that you actually had emotion like you were hugging Dave Bautista. We all would like to hug Dave Bautista. But John has taken on a lot of roles too,
Yeah.
and really excelled.
And but also just anything and everything, all the time. He's like, sure,
He
yeah.
always looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
That is the other thing. I like I said, I know Dwayne makes the most money, but John and Batista give me the most joy.
Love it.
Whatever they are doing on screen.
So I forgot I was on camera this whole time.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, because she was looking for a picture
Gremlin
of
looking.
Mermaid John
Yeah.
Cena.
All right, I got it. Y'all ready?
Oh.
Yeah.
Show the world this. Did you do the dun?
Absolutely
Look at that.
fantastic. I love it so much.
I have never been so
Look at that
happy.
vacant look. Like, I'm
It's
so
I
proud
love
of
it
him.
so much.
This man is having
Look
fun.
at those beach waves.
He,
I love that for him.
He somehow looks better than he looks like Fabio, but
Yeah.
better than Fabio.
Look how
See.
pleased he is with this.
Yeah, he's excited. You can tell.
There is no
Happy.
embarrassment here. He is just happy to be there.
It's like when Chris Hemsworth did Ghostbusters and he was just like,
Oh, I love Chris Hemsworth in
So,
Ghostbusters.
funny, true fact, John Oliver and John Cena were born on the
don't know how I
exact
did that.
same day, right?
Wait.
I heard him make
Same
this
age,
joke.
right?
He's made this joke like, look at him and look at me.
And John Oliver's crew reached out to get him to do a bit for something one time. They did not ask him to do this part. He took off his shirt while he was talking about how shocking it was they were the same age. And how he was working
I have to
his
find this.
hardest
I
to
love
make it to, number 2 on your partner's freebie list and number 3 on yours. Like, I love the man.
I have to find this. I have not seen this.
It's outstanding.
Also, he speaks pretty decent Mandarin.
Yeah, I've heard him
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was that one was the biggest shock
That was
I
a
think
weird
I've
one,
ever
yeah.
had.
And even his
Not
portrayal
an
of Peacemaker.
unlearned.
I loved his portrayal of Peacemaker. I
He was
love him as
dope.
It's
Peacemaker.
really good.
Which is a word that he uses as Peacemaker. But yeah. Hell, where were we? I'm sorry.
I have one thing that I was looking at. Kat and I were talking earlier today, and we were a little bit concerned that some A-list actors wouldn't be super supportive of the strike.
Oh, really?
Did you see who walked out of the Oppenheimer premiere?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon, Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Rami Malek, and Florence Pugh.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
props.
Love me
Within
some
the
Florence.
first 24 hours.
And before it even technically started,
Wow.
we're like, nope.
I mean,
we're outta here.
we're at ground zero right now.
Yeah,
With the statement, they had to go make picket signs.
yeah.
I love
In
it.
London, where the strike isn't even happening. They're like,
We're going
"Excuse
somewhere to be
me."
angry.
Yeah.
That's
Props.
awesome. All right, so we should move on.
Oh, yeah. I know
Yeah,
we
we
started
gotta-
a bit late.
Yeah.
I am out of stories, actually. I knew we were going to take
I
a blot
have-
with SAG, so...
I have a little bit of
Go.
complaining. So in 2019, a movie came out. An unnecessary movie. A movie that I was very angry about. And it was called Joker. It was a movie that explored the origins of a character that we did not need to know the origins of. And it's happening again. The first trailer for the Wonka movie came out this week. Jason, you doing okay? First trailer for the Wonka movie came out, and it is full of Wonka being whimsical and just like an overall, like a good man, like a nice dude.
Did
This
people
is-
disappoint him and let him down and misinterpret his...
They don't see his vision for how chocolate could go, and he meets an Oompa Loompa, and the Oompa Loompa is Hugh Grant, and it's very funny, and it's presumably before he enslaved their entire race.
I wanted to write about this week and just could not find the motivation to do so.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry that this exists.
I was like, oh, Wonka, who asked for this? And then I went, it's a musical. I'm out.
No, it's fine to be. Hold on, let me.
It's not fine.
No, okay. So of all the things like Wonka, it's fine to be a musical since the movie was kind of musical and and it kind of adds to his whimsy.
You ain't Gene Wilder.
I mean, yeah, that's true. No one can be Gene Wilder, and we have to accept that. But
they didn't accept that, but we've seen it.
True. But we don't need this.
I don't want it.
So uninterested.
Characters who their origins would make them fundamentally less interesting, and I would put Wonka and the Joker in that.
Also, what's the end game? He's successful at making candy. Yep.
Congratulations.
There's gonna be.
We know what it was. We know the ending.
A love story because he wasn't. There's gonna be that he doesn't have an heir of his own.
In the trailer, there is a girl that he really loves and he's trying to impress.
Yeah, she doesn't get him, and he chooses the life there. He makes the chocolate with his enslaved buddies.
Hugh Grant.
And punishes children.
You know, one of the reasons I did not like the Johnny Depp version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was because we got a lot of unnecessary backstory for Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
And it made the movie that I already didn't like worse.
I would literally rather see a movie about how all four of his grandparents ended up in the same bed than I would about Wonka's origins. I'm just not into it.
Yeah. Reminds me of Ratched. About Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We don't need to... The whole point of the character is that it doesn't matter who she is. Please stop. Stop doing this.
I have one more. It just kind of slates in with everything else that we're talking about being underappreciated and stuff in different industries. Except this one is a guy just friendly firing his own level of people. So there's an Apex Legends caster, and this is a while ago. It's Brad. I'm B. Rad Lusher. Started a debacle on Twitter on June 11th. I don't know. I hadn't seen this earlier. He said he thinks casters are the least important part of esports broadcasts and hinted they should be paid less. Yeah, least important part of a broadcast and should be paid like it. Admins, observers, and production are more essential to a broadcast. I don't know what he was doing. Admins and observers and production are extremely important.
Yes.
But yeah, guess how other casters felt about that. One of the first people, friend of the show, friend of Cass and mine personally, Doa, said, I think this might be the most ignorant thing I've read ever about not just esports but broadcasting in general. And then
the people who talk don't matter.
Mitch Leslie said,
dude, what the...
Never thought the voice of I don't know what this is, OCE?
Sure.
Would come across like such a pick-me. If you're in that much of a hurry to devalue the craft of casting, just go and undercut your peers. More effective and produces one less uttered trite opinion on the internet. And then Generation Esports Senior Production Manager Brennan Wright said, no viewer would watch a match with no commentary, where lots of esports fans watch old matches because of iconic quotes from like Shogun and Justin Morales and Sadakist, and I'll go ahead and put Amani and Della.
Amani and Della, yeah. And Uber. Yeah. Mitch Leslie.
Alchemist, Jason Baker, just a bunch of people were just like,
wow.
You need to sit down.
That is a dog shit take.
You're probably,
It's truly a terrible take.
You're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow.
So that's that. That's my
some
last story.
that's some wild nonsense. That's impressive.
I'm kind of ready for artists to now join the picket line for. Y'all get your money. Get your money too. Like I'm just ready for. I'm ready for everybody now. Like gaffing people.
You're gonna see.
IATSE is the union you're going to be looking at.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
Please just.
I'm waiting for the CGI artist.
They haven't unionized.
Weren't the directors threatening to go too?
DGA actually made their deal. They did not strike.
Oh, damn it.
Editors or something.
They might be a part of IATSE.
They might be part of it, but their union isn't as pervasive.
VFX artists, your time is now.
Unionized.
VFX artists need it so bad.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Especially after the horror stories that we've been. Hey, we could be on a golden age of, some changes being made. Damn, I hope so.
And make sure you include the video game CGI artists in that.
Yeah.
They get it worse than anybody. And then we can get coders.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Final shout outs before we get going for an entire week. But look for videos from us. What? I'm sorry.
I had another story.
Oh, yeah. You've only done one.
Yeah. Did anyone else have another story?
No, close us out.
Yeah. Okay. Let me do my story really quick.
Take as long as you need.
No. Do your story.
It's another musical story.
Yay!
You tricked me.
This one has a much different feel than the one I was talking about before. So there is a very popular manga, but it's more so known for its movie called A Silent Voice. And I want to give a little bit of information on that because it's one that's not we've never really brought it up on the show, but it's a very good series. It follows Shoya and Shoko. They are two at the beginning two kids. Shoko is a deaf girl, and she is bullied constantly by Shoya when they are kids, to the point that she has to change schools. As they get older, Shoya feels horrible about what he did to Shoko and tries to reach out to her and kind of make amends. And through that, you also learn Shoya's background. He was kind of labeled a bully when he was a kid, even though he didn't do anything before that. And so that just kind of like branded him forever. It followed him. She's dealt with bullying her whole life because, disabilities in Japan are not treated kindly. If you have any kind of mental illness or physical disability of any kind, it's not really treated well. So this was kind of a way to kind of bring attention to that a little bit. Whether that was the intention or not, I'm not sure. But so we're gonna have a musical about this story. And to add to it and being really interesting and progressive, the lead actors for the show, Rena Yamasaki playing Shoko, and Shoya is being played by Taisei Shima. They are both going to be learning sign language, and they will be signing their songs as they sing them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like they're both very excited to be doing this and bringing, and as Shoko said, or the actress for Shoko, she's excited to express Shoko's voice through singing and sign language. I will give the preface before you watch the movie, because you'll probably end up watching the movie. One, it's KyoAni, which, fantastic animation. It is very emotional. It does touch on subjects like bullying, obviously, suicides, things of that nature. So it's a much more serious story. So it's going to be a much more serious musical. To keep that in mind before going into it, because if you're not ready for that, it can be kind of panicky.
Yeah.
Who's ever ready for that?
No one.
I will say Japanese Sign Language is supposed to be one of the easier ones to learn, as far as which is shocking to me.
Yeah.
As far as sign language origins go, it's supposed to be pretty okay to learn, and very natural.
I'm very excited for this. I've never.
I think that's a cool thing to do. Like cool depiction, especially like a woman with a disability is not something Japan has usually highlighted.
Yeah. And there are several manga now that I've seen where like we have a female with a disability and like the male like counterpart dealing with that. This is the one that I've seen talked about the most with bullying. The other two that I know of, the bullying is not, if there is any bullying, it's not coming from the love interest, it's coming from an outside party. The love interest seems very accepting. So like I like that is becoming a bigger thing where the bullying is not the focus anymore. It's no, they're a person. We're gonna write a love story. The girl just happens to be in a wheelchair. The girl happens to be deaf. It's a good thing.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we had reached like the musical limit for this show. And I was like,
no.
okay,
No.
It's got a positive. It's very friggin' positive now. Damn it.
As a fun random fact that I learned, the original manga and movie the original manga and by virtue of the movie were supposed to have a different ending that wasn't a happy ending, but the author was encouraged to give it a happy ending, and they I don't remember the gender, so we're gonna go with they, decided to go with a happy ending.
It's just one of the situations after I got so far, I'm really beating my audience down. I gotta bring it back at some point.
The scene that like the events that lead up to the climax and then the end, are very hard. They're very, very hard. They don't pull punches. But it's really good. Highly recommend it.
He's reading it to his mom, and she just starts crying. He's like, I'm going to go ahead and change that to a happy ending.
And then they wake up.
But then a miracle happens. Yay!
Anyway, now we can close out the show.
All right. So, yeah, that is our show. We will be off next week, but there's going to be plenty of video content coming. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and all of our socials. We are on Threads, Instagram, Twitter for now, and Facebook. We're going to have so much coming. It is going to be a huge week for us. But yeah, start following now, because starting Tuesday, we're on the road. We are doing this thing. And I want to say, like, everyone here has made this happen. This is something that has been a goal of mine, and I'm happy to finally have accomplished it with you guys. It was very important to me that we did this as a marker of success. I appreciate y'all being along for the journey. Don't start with me. Don't y'all start. Stop. I'm trying to be nice to you.
I was thinking about you and the three queer white girls. Like,
wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
yeah.
So yeah,
In the queer pales.
it's gonna be awesome. Going out there doing this thing with you guys. It's gonna be. It's not so much the accomplishment; it's that the people that I'm able to attend this with. I'm very happy. I'm very proud of all of you. Thank you for all of. Oh God, thank you for all that you do, and we're gonna have an awesome time next week.
It's gonna be awesome.
The biggest nerd party we're gonna get in all the parties. And once again, thank you to my friend Scott out there who helped me out with helping a friend out. I appreciate it. Guys, we will see you in 2 weeks on at least in studio, but do not miss out on all the videos we're going to be putting up. If you want to follow us at SCNS Live on all social media platforms. If you want to follow us personally, you can follow me at Jason the X.
I'm at BetterCat.
I'm okay on Instagram. I'm the Good Cast.
Lord.
On my new threads is Moon Pies. And I think I have an Instagram called Moon Pies now as well.
I think it renamed all of them.
Instagram and Twitter for now at Corodono Art.
Oh, and no D&D game this week.
No.
But
obviously.
did we tell her? Anyway,
No, D&D would be next week. Anyway,
But also no.
No.
Did we tell everybody? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for the show. We will see you guys in 2 weeks here in studio, but as we always say, keep on nerding.